Hi, I am Mandy Schendel, Miss Washington 2012, interviewing with thePageantGuy.com. When I was announced Miss Washington 2012, I don't know that I was thinking anything. I remember just moments before that, I was talking to my soon-to-be first runner-up, and she kept telling me, "You're going to be an amazing Miss Washington. You're going to be an amazing Miss Washington." And I immediately turned into a mom. I kept saying, "It's going to be okay no matter what happens." And I think as soon as my name was called, everything just shut down, and I just had to remind myself to breathe. There was no real good, tangible thoughts at that point. Obviously, being from Washington, and I'm located just outside the heart of Seattle, and Starbucks comes from Seattle, Washington. So I am a huge Starbucks connoisseur. I love the mugs, the new holiday cups, everything about Starbucks. I'm just a huge fan. So every morning I have a tradition actually with my little Yorkie to get up and we drive over to Starbucks, we grab a cup of coffee, and from there the day can continue. So I'm still waiting for a little sponsorship from Starbucks, but I'm sure it's coming. I basically begged my parents before one Christmas to get me flight lessons, to fly an airplane. And surprisingly enough, for a Christmas present, I was able to do just that. And this was before I had ever learned how to drive a car even. So that was really my first experience driving, was flying a plane. And I had a blast. Although the first time we went to land the plane, I guess I must not have very good depth perception because I almost missed where we were supposed to land. So at the very last minute, my co-pilot had to say, "No, no, 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 no," and we had to go straight back up into the air. But fortunately, on the second round, we made it, and it was fantastic. No worries. I am not a commercial airline pilot, so I will not be flying anyone anytime soon. So I do have sort of a secret obsession with all things criminal shows. So whether it is Criminal Minds, NCIS, the new NCIS LA, I love all of them. And I like to, within even the first couple of minutes, pick out who the killer is. And I will adamantly argue why that person is the killer the entire way through the show. And I don't know if it's the future attorney in me that has a passion for it, or if I'm really just a nerd for criminal shows. But either way, I love them, and it's probably a bad obsession, but I could watch them for hours on end. I am a huge Disney fanatic for a couple of reasons. One, Disney is a fantastic corporation, and they are a great company to try and emulate for anyone in the business world. But on a personal level, I actually used to be a Disney princess. So I did perform as Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and I love that movie. In terms of a favorite Disney movie, I really enjoy the movie Tangled. It's a more recent one, and I like the princess in that one because she has a lot of sass, and Belle was fun, but I was always known as the intelligent one who liked to read books, and I didn't get to give a whole lot of sass. And I appreciate that some of the new princesses aren't just leading on on the men involved. They really have their own voice, and I appreciate that. It truly does take a village to raise a young lady. And as Miss Washington, I am so grateful to have tons of people in my life that I appreciate so much because of all that they have done for me in my life specifically, and really just to create such a great environment for everyone in the Miss Washington organization. So to my parents and my sister, I have to thank them specifically for really instilling in me all of the morals that make me who I am. But otherwise, to all of the sponsors of the Miss Washington organization, to the organization itself, to my friends, thank you all for being continual support systems, voices of guidance. I appreciate you more than I can say, and I'm so thankful to represent all of you at Miss America 2013.